Hello everyone, and welcome to another What I Think review. So, today I'm going to be doing something that I'm actually quite surprised more people haven't asked for, but a few people have asked, so I'm going to do it. It is a review of my 18-inch Daleks. Now, I'm only going to review two of them. As you may have seen in my collection showcase, I've actually got quite a few. I think it counts up to about 9, plus 8 or 9, I think. But essentially, I'm only going to review these two, and I will explain why, because of these released ones, there was the standard bronze one, as you see here, the Supreme, as you see here, but before the Supreme, the bronze one was also released in a black Dalek Sec variant, and also a variant with the Claw, which was the Assault Dalek. Now, I'm not going to review the Assault Dalek or Dalek Sec because they are basically the same thing. And the other reason is because this bronze one is the only one I've got that is in complete working order, which I will get back onto. But I know some people have said the Dalek Sec one has got different phrases and things like that, but I've got one here, and I can say that it doesn't. Or at least the one I have doesn't have different phrases or anything like that. It is just the standard Dalek phrase. It's basically a standard Dalek, exactly the same as this one, just painted black. That's the only difference. So I don't really see the point in reviewing it just for the sake of saying it's a different colour, or reviewing the Assault one because it's got a different claw. Now, the other thing that I said, the reason this is in perfect working order, because one of the key problems of these Daleks is that the head function is notorious for breaking, and it is one of the very first things that usually goes on them. And so I was very pleased that I've got a bronze one with that function on it, but just generally, the majority of them, it breaks so quickly and it is very hard to fix. I've tried. So the reason that I'm reviewing this one only is because it does have all the functions that it should have and that it needs to have. The same with the Supreme. The Supreme, the reason I'm reviewing that one, whilst I'm not reviewing the others, is because not only is it very different in terms of look and style, it's also got lots of different phrases, and it does have different functions. So there is a reason that I'm reviewing that compared to the other ones. But first of all, we're going to get on to just reviewing the bronze one. So let's start off with that. So obviously, this is the controller. It looks like a usual standard Dalek controller. Obviously, it has forward, back, whoops, and then left, right, and obviously you can make it. If I bring it, I'm trying to control this through the camera whilst not doing it. So then, example, can do it. Whoa, do a bit of a Dalek rave going on. It's been a long time since I've mucked about with these, so you have to excuse me if I have to try and get used to the controls again. No, other way. There we go. Right, okay. So yeah, standard controls, and then here you have obviously the head, which doesn't rotate 360 degrees, it just does 180 either side, but it's a great function to have. And if I keep it that side, this one here does the eye, which is a great function. And then obviously the middle one is... We are the Supreme Beings. Now, it was quite hard to capture on camera, so I will just move the camera. I have to pick up the camera to do this, but if I bring the camera forward, you can see... You will make a good Dalek. That the lights do flash in time with the speech, which is great. And then obviously as well, if I cycle through them, so we just had "You are a good Dalek," so I will just cycle through the speech functions. I must exterminate all other life forms. And as you will have seen there, the gun lights up as well. I need orders. I obey. Orders received. Superior Dalek multi-spectrum scanning now engaged. This unit has identified the Doctor. Binary cardiovascular system detected. We are the Supreme Beings. You will make a good Dalek. Okay, so we're back to the start there. But this isn't just remote control, because some people often ask me, what are these little things here? And these are motion and voice sensors. And so what you can do, and I will try and get this on camera the best I can. If we look at the underside, obviously where all the batteries and things go in, you have the main on-off switch here. So at the moment we're in RC mode, obviously you can turn it off, but then if you do this, it puts it into voice control activation mode. I've just got to wait for it to power itself up and sort itself out.
Dalek unit status 100% efficiency awaiting input.
So obviously now it is waiting for my commands. Now there's various commands you can give it, and this is a little bit hit and miss sometimes with the voice control, so you have to excuse me if I shout slightly during this, but I want to try and get this so you get a good idea of what happens with it. Dalek!
Yes.
Exterminate the Doctor. See, this is what I mean. A little bit hit and miss. It responded, but it didn't get the second command. Dalek!
Yes.
Exterminate.
Control mode impaired.
See, for some reason it thought then it wanted me to do patrol mode. Essentially, it's quite hard to get all these functions on camera, but you get the idea. It has things like, Dalek!
Yes.
Follow me.
Control mode impaired.
Okay, I'm not quite sure why patrol mode is impaired, but anyway, it's not. Why is it? Maybe because I've got the remote controllers that way. Dalek! Dalek!
Yes.
Follow me.
Control mode impaired.
Okay, something's not right there. I don't quite know what it is. Like I said, it is a bit hit and miss. These are prone to quite a few faults. I think that was the reason why they stopped making them. But anyway, you get the idea that it can be used. So let's try and think. What else? Dalek.
Yes.
I am the Doctor.
No input.
So it's, yeah, unfortunately, okay, this is not great. I should have checked this. I did check this before the review, but I should have really sort of done a bit more of a test run. Unfortunately, there are problems with it. I don't know if I can bring it forward slightly. It might, because sometimes the patrol mode is to do with how much space it's got around it. Dalek,
Yes.
exterminate.
Dalek motive unit is locked out.
There's definitely something in the instructions there that I'm supposed to do, but I'm not sure exactly what it is. Oh, hang on. No, I think I know. Hang on, because you've. But bearing in mind, sorry, that is something else I should have said, because I completely forgot about it. What you actually have here is you have this is a button, and
Yes.
I'm not talking to you. This is a button, and what it.
Understood. Dalek unit engaging standby mode.
I think it's turned itself off temporarily. Anyway, right, I'll have to speak a bit quieter now. Essentially, this is a button, and when you've got it in the normal remote control mode, you press this and it will say the phrases. But I think what I need to do... Now that might have turned on, hopefully turned on patrol mode. Dalek!
Yes.
Exterminate!
I obey. Interfacing with battle computer.
Right. This is just proof that I'm not doing anything. I'm just holding the... It's... Dalek!
Exterminate.
I don't know what it tracked onto there, but it tracked on something in the room. A ghost. Dalek!
Yes.
Halt!
I obey.
This is a problem that you have as well. Sometimes the lights don't work properly. As I said, these are prone to a lot of faults, unfortunately. But anyway, you basically get the idea. Let's put it back into remote control mode. If I can find the button. Whoa, 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 what are you doing? Calm down. Whoa, 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 whoa. See, this is what I mean about faults. It decides to just go off on one of its own sometimes. Right, you gonna behave now? Good. Right. It's alright, I'm doing this now. Okay, so, anyway, as I was saying, I'll do this now. I can show you that the button doesn't do anything. Okay, that's supposed to do something. That's another fault. I didn't know that was a fault in this. Is there maybe it's preview mode or something? I know there is a reason that you can use this button for in the remote control mode. Do I have to hold it down, maybe? No. Oh, there you go. There you go, another fault discovered. So, I might as well say this now whilst I'm doing this. This is the problem that you had with these, is they were prone to so many faults. I think that's why they had to stop making them, because it was they're truly amazing pieces of technology, they're truly amazing toys and things like that. And I know they are big collector's pieces now, but they were prone to so many faults, i.e. the head breaking, not really understanding the technology, the voice recognition technology isn't very clear, a lot of the buttons were prone to breaking and things like that. So it is a shame that it still does have lots of faults. But anyway, you get the idea of how of the kind of thing that this was intended to be used for, and it does work very well when it works. It's just unfortunate that sometimes it doesn't work. But as I said, this is the standard one. You also had one with a claw, an assault claw. In fact, I can probably bring those in. They're only just over here. So you've got your assault clawed variant, and then the Dalek sec variant. Now, as I said, these are, neither of these are in full working order, so I'm not going to turn these on, review them. They haven't got batteries in them anyway. But they're basically all the same thing. They function all the same way. One thing I would have loved to have seen, if they'd really got these to work properly, would have been for them to communicate with each other. So, you put them, the sensors detect there's another one there, and then I don't really know how it would work, but I know that toys like that do exist. I think there's a sort of, I can't remember what it's called. I think it's Chuggers or something like that. Anyway, it's a Thomas sort of, not knockoff because it's an actual thing, but it's very much like Thomas, and it's a sense of, in some of their toys they've got, the toys actually communicate with each other, and I think it would be a brilliant idea if they'd managed to do this, and maybe it's something that they could still do in a 5-inch version, because these train toys are literally only about that big. They're not very big at all. So I think it would work really well as a toy idea, if you could, sort of make Daleks that communicate with each other. But anyway, that is the bronze one. So I am now going to get on to reviewing the Supreme. But that does mean I have to cut here because I've got to take the batteries out of this one and put it in the Supreme. Okay, so here is the Supreme Dalek. Now, first thing that this is different in this is that it has no voice recognition or voice activation speak functions. This is literally just... Whoa, a remote control. The controls on this one are much more sensitive, so I apologise if I'm having trouble controlling it. As I said, it does take getting used to. You know what, I'm just going to move it back by hand, it's just easier. Okay, so, obviously everything is pretty much the same on this. Forward, back, eye movement, head movement. Whoop. So Daisy, see, that's a problem that you have with the head sometimes, as it sticks. This is how it starts. That is exactly how the head problems start on these. That they stick and then they get forced. So I'm not going to move it about too much, but you get the idea. It's basically the same sort of gist. Obviously, this one has many different phrases, but this is actually phrases of the Supreme. The eye light has decided to go again. Let's try that. Oh, there we go. Is it working now? There we go.
The Daleks are masters of Earth. Behold the might of the true Dalek race. We are beyond the Doctor's reach. The Doctor cannot stop us. Emergency, locate the TARDIS. Find the Doctor. The Daleks are masters of Earth. They commence the landings. Bring the humans here. Exterminate!
For some reason, it decides that it does have the standard extermination thing, and for some reason the gun wasn't working there.
Prepare for maximum detonation. Initiate temporal prison. You will all be exterminated. Now the Daleks are masters of
Okay, it's starting to repeat itself now. But anyway, but you get the idea. This is basically, this one doesn't have as many functions as the bronze one, and I think this button. What does this button do? I know this button does something, but I don't know what. Maybe when it's off, that's preview mode. I don't know. Or maybe in this one the button doesn't do anything. I've not opened this one up. But anyway, you get the idea. But I have to say, in terms of design, this is definitely my favourite because I do like this Supreme design, and certainly there is a lot more to it. I'm just going to turn it off for now because that light is very bright and it is reflecting on the camera. There you go. Now I've turned it off. No idea. But anyway. So yeah, it's this. The design of this one is very good. I very much like this one over those, and this one I have on display on the top of my desk. It's it's a great thing. It's a great thing to have as a display piece, but it's a great collector's piece. So the fact that this one, again, this is one of only two I've got that is in basically full working order. As I said, it has a few sort of glitches, as it were, such as the gun didn't work properly, and I'm not quite sure what this button does, and the head is starting to have problems. But just generally, I know that a lot of people are looking out for these, and I have to say, in total, I mean, let me just count. How many have I got? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got 9. With 9, 4 of which are custom ones. But basically, in total, all 9 of these that I've got, I've probably spent over £500 on them all, because I mean, this Supreme alone was just shy of 100, I have to say. But this was, to be fair, when I bought this, it was boxed. I still have the box. Everything came with it, so it really is sort of, it was mint condition when I got it. So a lot of these are very, very sought after by collectors. So I feel very happy that I've got so many. But I feel more happy that I've got some that are still in great working order. And I know, as I said, I know a lot of people are often on the lookout for these, so I wanted to do a review of them. So if anybody does manage to find them or get some in working order, or even not in working order, just as display pieces, they are amazing to have. Not because of the detail, but just the size of them. They are big pieces, and they are very nice to have as a display model. So I'm very, very happy that I've got them, and I wanted to, as I said, I know I've done the custom figure showcase, the collection showcase, showing them all off to you, but I wanted to do a proper review of them, how they were working. Unfortunately, we hit a few teething problems during this, but as I said from the off, these are unfortunately plagued by faults, so it is something that is unfortunate in them, but it is part of the charm of what they are, really. And it's probably, the chances are that we're never going to see things like this being made again, unless they change some of the design faults and things like that. I get the feeling that they're not going to make any more of these in this side. I can see them making, I can see them maybe starting some 12-inch ones again, but the chances of them doing these 18-inch ones are very, very, very slim. So just being having one of each of the official ones, and then 4 more that I've customized, it really is an amazing collection to have. But I feel just in doing the collection showcase, I'm not showing you the full potential. So I wanted to do a review of them, because they are just amazing and they are brilliant, and I get the feeling that it is something that not many people have perhaps reviewed on YouTube, and so it would be a shame that I've got so many and I didn't review them. So this was my review. I'm babbling now, as you might have noticed. So I will close it here. I will bring in both again for the final shot. Although this one is slightly open, but you can see, anyway, that's actually something else I can show whilst I'm on here. So battery-wise, 4 big, I think they're D-cell batteries with double A's in the bottom. So there's a lot of batteries, and then obviously there's a 9-volt battery in the controller. So a lot of batteries go into these, and it is worth saying as well, it's the problem with toys this big and things like that, is they go through batteries very quickly, and this is why I don't generally have them working very much. Why I only have batteries in one of them, because I couldn't afford to have it on all the time. So just having the batteries in one makes sense, and it is unfortunate that, again, that was another problem with these, that the moment the batteries went off peak. You know, the moment the battery started to go down, the performance on them just drained so quickly. So, you know, these were unfortunately plagued by many faults, but it was such a fantastic idea, such brilliant potential as an idea, and it's a shame it didn't work out the way they planned. But anyway, as always, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, favourite, subscribe, share, it really helps me out a lot. I salute you all, and I will see you all with another video very soon.